Hey guys, so I'm coming in with your reading today. And I wasn't going to post a reading, but I feel like I need to because we're in a retrograde. So your energy, it may be crazy. And I may not, let's just talk about this for a second real quick about the retrograde energy. Okay. We are dealing with a planetary alignment, right? So the last time this happened was in 2006. And this is where I want you to think about this. The retrograde is a kind of like a repeat. Okay, so we go back to what the hell was going on in your life in 2006. What were you doing? What were you working towards? What mindset were you in? You know what I mean? And so you actually may be coming out of like a 19-year cycle, or 20-year if you think about 25, right? Being complete. So this may be like this may have actually taken you 19 years to complete. So without even going into the cards, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting a lot of crazy emotions here, right? I am getting some mixed emotions. And I want to start out with the first card that comes up, and is the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm sorry, the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is telling me we are on a completion. We've completed this, right? It's kind of like you've made your 10. It also it's a sign of maybe you have the money to do something, or maybe you have the assets, or maybe you finally have the family, or it's kind of like having everything that you need, right? So basically, some of us are not seeing it, but we do have everything already that we're needing, right? But with the Seven of Swords that pops along right behind, it's telling me that our perception, this is going to make sense because of the retrograde, is getting a little messed up, right? The Queen of Swords energy brings in this swift energy. So maybe you're doing things a little irrational. She cuts through. So she kind of just makes decisions very fast, cuts to the chase, and she could be abrasive. So because of that, you can have yourself feeling a little isolated and kind of left out in the cold. And because of this energy right here, this energy of feeling undecisive, this undecisive energy, it's not sure. It's it's literally telling you need to safeguard everything you have, but what you need to do is do it with perception, right? Well, that perception has you moving like a Queen of Swords, right? And you're cutting to the chase. But at the end of the day, you may be feeling drained. So when the Five of Cups comes in, it's kind of some people, it's drained. It's empty. It's having you feeling empty. So maybe you're not physically poor. Maybe you're not physically, financially, but emotionally, you're feeling drained. So something is feeling drained, and I also can confirm that because with the Five of Swords again, so two fives, right? So the two fives is who are you fighting? So you're kind of fighting yourself right now. This is telling you, what are you fighting? Okay. You're depleting yourself. So before I wrote these on these cards now as I go along because they just give me. All right. So now moving along, we have this Two of Cups, right? This is the message of appreciate those around you, and possibly maybe studying. But basically the overall meaning is being appreciative. Of the two people who are you joined with, being appreciative. But this could also say maybe you want to learn, maybe you want to join with somebody else, maybe you want to pair up with a mentor, somebody that could teach you something. So I get the sense of you're feeling depleted. Okay, you're feeling depleted. You've been cutting through everything like a Queen of Swords, and you're feeling like you need a mentor. I'm feeling you feel like you need somebody to kind of guide you through this, right? You may, I wrote this and it got smudged. You may, okay. You may not be seeing things clearly. So when the Eight of Cups comes in, this is also about perception. With this one too, with the 7, it's like a perception type of thing, but it's in the Cups family instead. So when you're making a decision, always remember your first instincts. How did you feel? So sometimes we force ourselves to make decisions that fit. For instance, I'm going to give you my hypothetical. Let's say I'm looking for a new car, right? But I need it desperately. I'm going to possibly compromise with some of my, hell-bent, like I want things just to get that car because like the time is like I need a car. Maybe my rental's going to run out, right? That's a hypothetical. This is where you have to remember what was your first instincts, okay? So remember what was your first overall instincts when making all decisions. This is a very long reading, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it all for you guys, but I want you to understand we're dealing with a lot of emotions. With the moon coming into the reading, you are being told that this still acquires a lot of work that you have to do on yourself. The moon brings in it's the message of your intuition. So he brings in the intuition, your intuition. Listen to your intuition, kind of going back to that other card, which is like, how did you feel? How did you feel when you met the person or when that thing happened? That's the initial feeling. That's what you go with. That's what the moon brings in, the kind of up and down. And that's kind of the energy we're kind of in right now. You could be high, low, high, low, high, low. All right. And so the Hierophant brings in work, and again, type like a teacher. So that kind of goes like you're looking for this. This is not even you want. It's kind of like you need somebody that's going to guide you and teach you. Okay. With the next card that comes under, you need with the card that comes under. You need to plan properly. And remember your first impression. It comes underneath it. You've got the Two of Swords. Planning, moving forward. People will renege, so don't be surprised. Okay, so sometimes people will renege on their words, and so don't be surprised. That's right after the feeling frustrated. That tells me that whatever it is that I'm running out of time, that you're thinking about is it's a possible no. So look at it again. Okay, the King of Cups comes in. He's a sensitive, kind, reliable, sociable person. And he's into his feelings, right? So he comes in to tell you maybe to be a little more sensitive. With the Chariot, this tells me, yes, there's some type of movement. The movement is kind of like within you. In this reading, I get the movement within you. I have some more time with the black and the white. So like you're dealing with some of your anxieties. You're dealing with some of your fears. And then yet, you have some days where you're like bouncing and you're happy because the Chariot brings in both good, bad. She dictates movement, overall movement, victory, all of the above. But this is a balancing act. And so in order to get that overall Chariot in your life, you have to balance it. So then when I asked some questions about like from the Roll Act, you have a feud. There's a feud going on with yourself. Okay, you have conflict. You're holding some grudges inside, and you have some hostility and even a little bit of rivalry. Maybe it's with people around you, or even places, jobs, things like that. But when I pulled up on you, you come up as like an automation, artificial intelligence, perception, and mechanicism, which makes sense because you were told to use your perception. So in here, you kind of have to like move robotic. Some people are like, they get up in the morning, they make their coffee, they go to work, I think this is the kind of energy you may be moving in. It may also be necessary, but then you come up as the Hare with success, legacy, lineage, and descendant. Again, I get the sense like, you're here to, create that lineage, forge the way. And then the aristocrat, the tyrant, the oppressive, the centralized controller. This is what you're up against. This is what you deal with. The aristocrat, the other side of the world that you are judging yourself. Time's up.